Welcome back to the All-Star Tournament Expert Division Weekend Round. Hole number 9, option number 1. This is a rough bump option. We're going to be using a luminary type ball. P5, side spin 2+, wind 3+. You need APOC 5+, Grizzly 8+, and Thorn 8+ for this shot. We're going to adjust P5 plus 10% max, and then we're going to push back to max. Max topspin, two left spin always. At max extension, we're using this rough line here as our indicator. APOC 5 and 6, you'll have 1/3 of the clear ring in the rough. APOC 7 is clear ring touching, and then APOC 8 will be 2/3 of the white ring in the rough, and that's all at P5 max extension. Release, adjust P5 10 max. We're always pushing back to max. We're always using max topspin and 2 left spin. We're always using full left curl, full overpower, and do your best to try and hit perfect. Grates on single and double grates have been safe on both sides. Well, the double grates, maybe a double grate left might be a little rough. Just kind of depends on the wind angle and wind strength you get, but single grates have been safe and all wind strengths and wind angles for this shot. Hopefully you can get a long rollout. The longer the rollout, the better. But on average, I think we've been running right around 444, 445. The approach shot, there's a couple of different ways you can get your slider values. We have a Thorn 8+ yard when the shot opens up. Check that. So when your approach shot first begins, if your Thorn is in plus yards, we have a chart for that to give you your Grizzly. Most of the time you're going to be in Grizzly range, to give you your Grizzly slider values. And if that doesn't do it for you, we have a bottom of the white ring pin check to give you slider values. If you are in Thorn plus yards, we have a Thorn plus yard chart on the charts slide in our notes. Now, I'm not going to go over all of those values. I'll give you a few of them here in this video, but it's just way too many to list. But I'll give you a starting point, and I'll give you a few of the numbers, and then you can extrapolate from there. So for the approach shot, we're going to start with 2 right spin as a base, no top spin. We're going to set up with the green ring touching the fairway on top. And then we're going to find our sticky spot, respin, so that our ball guide is going just through the back of the cup. Then double check your sticky spot again, and then respin it again if you need to. Make sure that the green ring is touching on top. What I found for this sticky spot, there's a couple of them here, but there's one more over in this area, and the one over to the right here, in my opinion, doesn't play as consistently, and you need more right spin to use it. So playing the sticky spot over here to the left has given me more consistency, and you don't need as much side spin to play it. But green ring touching on top, and then you'll have the ball guide just through the back center of the cup. Make sure you're double checking your sticky spot after you add spins. We're going to use base elevations for drive yards. So our drive yardage is going to give us our base elevation number. 430 to 439 will play P5 minus 45. 440 to 449 plays P5 minus 40. 450 to 460 will play P5 minus 35. If you get a long rollout 461 plus, you'll be playing the Thorn shot, and that will put you P5 minus 40%. Any Thorn shot is going to play P5 minus 40. So even if those drives are slightly off, say you got a 458 drive, if you're in Thorn yard, if you're in Thorn range, then play the Thorn shot and it plays minus 40. The only other tweaks that are needed for this shot are slider percentage tweaks. So basically, if you're in between 0 and 20% slider for your grizzly shot, then there's no change to the shot. But as you start getting further into your club, between 20 and 30% slider, then you need to minus 0.1 from your adjustment. And if you're somewhere between 30 and 40, you'll minus 0.2. If you're 41 plus slider percentage, then you need to minus 0.3 from your adjustment. The longer your shot, the further into your club, the more you need to take off of the adjustment, as you'll be over adjusted if you do not. Thorn 8 plus yards when you open up. 11, 23, 10, 22, 9 is 20, 8 is 19, 7 is 18, 6 is 17, 5 is 15, 4 is 14, 3 is 13, 2 is 11, 1 is 10, and 0 is 9. If you're doing a bottom of the white ring pin check, 16 is 52, 15 is 50, 14 is 49, 13 is 48, 12 47, 11 is 45, 10 is 44, 9 is 42, 8 is 41, 7 is 40, 6 is 38, 5 is 37, plus 4 is 35, plus 3 is 34, plus 2 is 33, plus 1 is 31, and plus 0 is 30% slider. And those are your grizzly numbers. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'll give it to you anyway. Thorn plus yard, slider, P5 numbers. 11 is 100, 10 98, 9 is 96, 8 is 94, 7 is 92, plus 6 is 90, 5 is 88, 4 is 86, 3 is 84, 2 is 82, plus 1 is 80% slider. That's Thorn plus yard P5 numbers. That ought to give you everything you need to drop this shot. Now, there are some different wind angles that might require additional tweaks. Like if you catch a hard crosswind angle and you're not pulling down as far, I would highly recommend that you add a couple of clicks of underpower. We're aiming really close to the top of the rough, and if you catch that crosswind angle and you don't pull down enough, you don't lose enough elevation, and it is possible for you to hit the fairway that's right above the rough instead of the rough. The only good news about that is if you do hit that fairway, generally speaking, it's going to bounce up way up in the air and then come back down on the green and land in some kind of funky spot on the green, but at least it usually doesn't pop you back into the bunker. With that being said, just if you notice a wind angle that has you, that feels like a mostly crosswind angle to you, and you're not pulling down very far, then I would recommend adding a couple clicks of underpower for this one. Good luck, everyone. I hope you all get the drop, and I'll see you for option 2, the long iron dunk, in just a few.